recollection of me was always like seeing the people with smile. It was a hard-working man. Nobody knew that behind that smile he was hiding a terrible memory of losing his wife and a beautiful son, and his parents in the Holocaust. He was a survivor in the communities of the world. After the war, he lost my mother, who also lost a loved one, my father, two sons, and from that marriage, he had a third brother. He never differentiated between his own son and my brother and I. We were all equal in his eyes. And he promised that he'll take care of us, and he did. I remember not long after they got married, he bought me a pair of skates for my birthday. But my first time on the ice, I fell and I broke my leg. And I don't know how, but in 10 minutes he was there with me, with a sled, and he pulled me home. And within a half hour, he arranged it that I was in the hospital, which was a miracle in Hungary at that time. When we came to Canada, next day he went to work. And he worked for 35 years in the same place where they loved him and respected him. He was a perfectionist for what you loved him or you didn't, but always respected. When I got married and moved away from the neighborhood, he took over gladly to help my grandfather who was blind, and took him to shul and visited him, and our politics just made him comfortable. His enjoyment was his grandchildren, especially the two latest ones, Zaki and Rivka, who actually they were the only ones who lived in the city. And these two grandchildren was the star in his eyes. Papa always was ready to play or sing the song or just be with them. When we moved to Côte Saint-Luc, he loved to go to shul. He loved Rabbi Schmidman, and he was looking forward every year to decorate the Orange Fighters for the Young Tarman. Later, when his health wasn't allowed him to walk to shul, he refused to sit in a wheelchair. He was so proud, but his love to go to shul, he gave in to his pride. He always appreciated what we did for him. A few weeks before he passed away, somehow he knew the end was near. One evening when I visited him, he asked me, "Where am I going? If my mother will be taken care of," just out of the blue. And I even asked Rabbi Wittman if this is possible, that someone would know that the end is near, and Rabbi Wittman replied, "Yes, it is possible." So here is the Matzaiva, his name, and his loved ones that perished in the Holocaust. We miss him very much, and I want to thank the three daughter-in-laws, especially Sharon, who took care of him the few weeks that he was in the hospital. And I want to miss everybody. I should not tell that to the Taylor, and only we should celebrate him good occasions.
I just want to add just very, very briefly. First of all, I just want to note that it's a tremendous zchus that so many more of the grandchildren and great-grandchildren are here today. Of course, because of the snowstorm that occurred and the timing, much of the family was not able to get here, and I know how badly everyone felt that they were not able to come at that moment to get here because of the storm. but to be able to be here together, the family together, is a tremendous source of comfort, and certainly is a source for the neshama. I also want to add just one last point, and that is that there is a minhag to come to the cemetery to visit graves, as we are doing right now in these days, before and after Rosh Hashanah, before Yom Kippur. And of course, it's a logical reason because families are gathered, so it makes more sense to try to come. Families can come together. But there is a much deeper significance to this custom. And that is that during the days surrounding Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we come to a cemetery not to focus on death, but to be able to appreciate life. To be able to verify our priorities in life. And we come here today to visit this grave and to remind ourselves of the qualities that Andy spoke about, the qualities that we should try to emulate. A person, I had the privilege to know him over the years that I was here, always with a pleasant expression on his face, and there is no person alive that would have more reason to be depressed and to be in a bad mood and to be unfriendly. And yet, he always greeted people with a wonderfully friendly expression, with a smile, with a genteel manner. And it just shows a very important lesson. A person can undergo the worst tragedies in all of human history without exception, and yet be able to not only survive, but to start over and to raise a family and to show love, to work hard, and to daven every single day, to appreciate being able to come to shul, to be able to show love to children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. That's why we come here today. We come here today to learn about life, to learn about what are the real values that we should have, to inspire us as we think about where we're going in life. Are we emulating? Are we following the best examples that Mr. Groszman leaves for us? As Andy said, we have to practice to wish each other Shana Tova. This Shabbos, we observe Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is a day of atonement. That's not the technical name of this day. The technical name of the day that we say in our prayers is Yom Kippurim, which literally translated means the day of atonements, plural. And our sages point out it's a day of atonements in the plural, because it's a day of atonement, both for those who are living and for those who have passed away. How is it that those who have passed away can achieve atonement? If they can't repent, they can't do mitzvot, they can't perform actions, how can they achieve atonement? They can achieve atonement through their children. They can achieve atonement through their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren. Every mitzvah that is done, every good deed that is performed is a schus for this neshama. And we hope that this year will be a much happier year for the family, a year of forgiveness, a year of atonement, a year of nachas from all of the children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And we wish certainly nechama and comfort to the entire family. We'll now say the Kel Mole, the memorial prayer, and then we'll say the mourner's kaddish. El Mole Rachamim Shochem Bamramim Hamsei Menucha Nechona Tachas kanfei Ashchina b'malos kedoshim utaharim kezara rakia mazhirim as nishmas shraga tzvi ben Reb Avram shalach li olamo bavur shebli neri nadvil tzedaka baras karas nishmaso began eden tehei menuchaso mochein balorachamim yastireo b'seisek inafav liolamim bitzrar achayim es nishmaso Adonai hu nachalaso v'yanuach b'shalom al mishkavo v'nomar Amen.
Amen. Hey, Shmei Rabba Mevarach. Yodam Lomei Amaya.